Chosen one, pause for a moment. What I am about to share is not for everyone. This message is urgent, and it is sacred. If you are not walking the divine path of God, if you are not truly seeking Him with a sincere heart, then this message is not meant for you. You may leave now. But if you are a true follower of God, if you have felt different all your life, if you know deep within your spirit that you are chosen, then stay. This message has reached you at the exact right time, not early, not late, perfect timing. God has seen what you have been carrying in silence, and today He says this clearly. He will send someone who will change your life completely, not by accident, not by chance, but by divine instruction. This person will shift your path, awaken something dormant within you, and confirm what God has already been whispering to your spirit. If you stay with me until the end, you will understand why your waiting season was necessary, and why what is coming next will feel like answered prayers stacked on top of each other. Before we continue, chosen ones, give a like to this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, tap the bell icon, and share this message with other chosen ones so they can be part of this divine moment. And comment 777 in the comments to declare that you are aligned, attentive, and ready for what God is about to do in your life. The season you have been walking through. Chosen one, let me speak to you slowly now, because this part is tender. You have been walking through a season that few people could survive, let alone understand. On the outside, others may look at you and think you are strong, calm, or even unbothered, but God knows the weight you have been carrying when no one was watching. He knows the nights you went to bed tired, not just in your body, but in your spirit. He knows the questions you asked Him in silence, the prayers that came out as sighs because words felt too heavy. There were moments when you wondered if you were hearing God correctly. Moments when you asked yourself why obedience seemed to lead to isolation instead of reward. You followed the path He showed you, yet it felt like doors closed instead of opening. People misunderstood you, some doubted you, some walked away without explanation, and others stayed close but never truly saw you. That kind of loneliness cuts deep, especially when you are someone who loves deeply and gives sincerely. Let me tell you something important. What you experienced was not abandonment, it was separation. God had to pull you away from noise, from familiar voices, from comfortable attachments, because He was refining your discernment. You were being trained to hear Him without interference. That is not a punishment. That is an honor, even though it did not feel like one at the time. You have been stretched emotionally. There were days when motivation disappeared and faith felt quiet. Not gone, but quiet. You still believed, but you were tired of being strong. You smiled for others while fighting internal battles no one ever asked you about. And sometimes you asked God why it seemed like everyone else was moving forward while you were standing still, holding on by faith alone. This season forced you to confront parts of yourself you once avoided. Old wounds surfaced. Memories you thought were healed came back. Patterns you inherited or learned were exposed. God was not reopening those wounds to hurt you. He was revealing them so they could finally be healed properly. You were being prepared internally for something that could not enter a broken foundation. Many chosen ones struggle in silence because they do not want to complain. They do not want to doubt God. So they suffer quietly, telling themselves that faith means endurance without expression. But God saw every tear you held back. He heard every prayer you whispered instead of shouted, and He never once turned His face away from you. There were moments when you felt behind in life. You compared your journey to others and wondered why your road looked harder, longer, and less celebrated. But the truth is this: God was building depth in you, not speed. He was strengthening your character, not your image. What He is preparing to bring into your life requires maturity, discernment, and stability. And those things are not developed in easy seasons. You are also learning who truly belongs in your life and who does not. Some people left when you needed them most. Others showed you their true intentions when you stopped overgiving. That was painful, yes, but it was necessary. God was teaching you boundaries. He was teaching you that access to you is a privilege, not a right. And that lesson alone will protect what He is about to release into your life. You may have felt like God was silent, but He was actually very close. Silence is often where He does His deepest work. While you were waiting, He was aligning. While you were confused, He was arranging. While you felt forgotten, He was intentional. Nothing in this season was wasted. Not the tears, not the delays, not the heartbreak, not the solitude. This season stripped you, but it also strengthened you. It humbled you, but it also clarified you. You no longer desire what you once chased. You no longer tolerate what you once excused. Your spirit has matured. Your discernment is sharper. Your prayers are deeper. And even though you may not feel fully healed yet, you are far more aware, grounded, and aligned than you were before. And that is exactly why this message is reaching you now. Not earlier, not later, now. Because the season you have been walking through was never meant to break you. It was meant to prepare you for what God is about to do next. God's pattern. How He always sends help. Chosen one, let me ground you in truth now, because your heart needs stability, not speculation. God has a pattern. He has always had a pattern. And one thing He has never done, not once in all of history, is abandon those He has chosen. He may delay. He may stretch. He may allow pressure. But He never leaves His own without provision, guidance, or help at the appointed time. You see, we often misunderstand divine timing because we measure it with human urgency. We want relief when pain begins. We want answers when confusion starts. We want support the moment weakness shows up. But God does not move according to panic. He moves according to purpose, and purpose requires preparation. If you study the ways of God deeply, you will notice something consistent. Help always arrives after endurance has done its work, not before. After. That is not cruelty. That is wisdom. Because if God removed every struggle too early, you would never develop spiritual muscle. You would never learn discernment. You would never fully trust Him beyond comfort. Think about this carefully. God does not rescue His chosen ones from every storm. He teaches them how to walk through storms without losing themselves. And then, when they are steady, when they are rooted, when they are no longer desperate but discerning, that is when He sends assistance that lasts. Many people miss this truth. They assume delay means denial. They assume silence means absence. But delay often means alignment. Silence often means God is working behind the scenes in ways you cannot yet see. There are conversations happening that you are not part of. There are paths being cleared that you have not walked yet. There are people being prepared, corrected, redirected, and positioned to meet you at the exact moment they are meant to. God's help does not always come as a miracle in the sky. Sometimes it comes as a person walking into your life at just the right time, carrying insight, confirmation, or access you could not produce on your own. And that is not coincidence. That is orchestration. Let me say this clearly. God is intentional about who He allows near His chosen ones. Not everyone has permission to access your life. Not everyone is allowed to influence your spirit. And when God sends help, He does not send it randomly. He sends it with assignment, clarity, and purpose. This is why He often removes people before He sends new ones. This is why certain relationships ended without closure. This is why familiar voices faded. God had to make room, because what He is sending next cannot exist in crowded, cluttered environments. Divine help requires space. You may have prayed for change, for breakthrough, for clarity, and God heard you. But instead of immediately changing your circumstances, He started changing you. That is His pattern. Internal alignment always comes before external movement. Because if the outside changes while the inside remains unstable, the blessing becomes a burden. Chosen one, God knows what you can handle. He knows when help would weaken you instead of strengthen you. He knows when support would create dependence instead of growth. That is why he waits until you can stand on your own spiritually, emotionally, and mentally. Not because he wants you alone forever, but because he wants you whole. Help that arrives too early often creates attachment. Help that arrives at the right time creates partnership. There is a difference. God is not sending someone to carry you. He is sending someone to walk with you, to sharpen you, to activate what he has already placed inside you. And listen closely now. When God sends help, it does not come with chaos. It comes with peace. It does not confuse you. It clarifies you. It does not rush you. It aligns you. That is how you will know it is from him. The enemy brings urgency and pressure. God brings confirmation and calm. This is also why you could not force this season to end. You could not manipulate timing. You could not shortcut the process, because God's pattern does not bend to human impatience. What he is building in your life must last beyond emotions, beyond seasons, beyond people. Every time you thought you were forgotten, God was actually protecting you from premature exposure. Every time you felt unsupported, God was teaching you to lean on him directly. Every time you felt delayed, God was synchronizing moving parts you could not see. And now, because you endured without losing your faith, because you stayed obedient even when it was uncomfortable, because you chose growth over bitterness, you are approaching a moment of divine assistance, not because you demanded it, but because you are ready for it. This is how God moves. He strips, he strengthens, he aligns, and then he sends help that does not collapse under pressure. So understand this, chosen one. What is coming into your life is not random. It is not late. It is not early. It is precise. And when it arrives, you will not need to convince yourself it is from God. Your spirit will recognize it immediately, because God always takes care of his own. Always. Who this person is not. Breaking false expectations. Chosen one, before I tell you who this person is, I must first protect you from misunderstanding what God is doing. Because many chosen ones miss divine assignments, not because God failed to send them, but because they were expecting the wrong form. So listen carefully now. This part will save you from disappointment, confusion, and misplaced attachment. First, understand this clearly. This person is not coming to replace God in your life. They are not your savior. They are not your source. God does not elevate people above himself. Anyone who pulls you away from prayer, obedience, humility, or truth is not sent by him. If you expect this person to heal wounds that only God can heal, you will place a burden on them that they were never meant to carry. This person is also not necessarily coming to rescue you from responsibility. God has already taught you how to stand. He has already strengthened your faith, your discernment, and your character. So do not expect someone who will do the work for you. That season is over. What God is sending now is not dependency, but alignment. And hear this carefully. This person may not look impressive to the world. They may not arrive with status, wealth, popularity, or applause. Chosen ones often expect God's help to arrive dressed in obvious success. But God values substance over appearance. He sends people with depth, wisdom, and assignment, not ego and noise. Do not assume this person must be romantic. Some of you are projecting loneliness onto prophecy. God does not always send help in the form of a partner. Sometimes he sends a mentor, sometimes a friend, sometimes a guide, sometimes a temporary messenger who speaks one sentence that changes everything and then exits your life quietly. If you force romance where God intended instruction, you will misinterpret the blessing. This person is also not coming to flatter you. They will not constantly tell you what you want to hear. In fact, if they are truly sent by God, they will challenge you at times. They will speak truth when silence would be easier. They will correct you without belittling you. And they will not feed your ego. They will sharpen your spirit. Do not expect them to stay forever. This is important. Some divine assignments are seasonal. God sends people for a purpose, not always for permanence. If you try to hold on longer than God intended, you may turn a blessing into a burden. Learn to honor assignments without forcing attachments. This person is also not coming with chaos. If someone enters your life and everything suddenly feels rushed, pressured, confusing, or emotionally unstable, pause. God does not move through anxiety. He does not force urgency. He does not pressure obedience. The presence of God brings peace, even when it brings change. Let me also say this boldly. This person will not bypass your discernment. God trained you too well for that. If someone tries to override your intuition, dismiss your convictions, or control your decisions, that is not divine help. That is interference. God respects the growth He developed in you. Chosen one, another false expectation you must release is thinking this person will fix your past. They are not here to rewrite history. They are not here to heal childhood wounds you refused to face. God already walked you through that inner work. This person is coming to build forward, not dig backward. Do not expect perfection either. God sends obedient people, not flawless ones. This person will still be human. They may have limitations. They may have their own scars, but they will be aligned. And alignment matters more than perfection. Some of you are also expecting instant transformation the moment they arrive. Understand this. While their presence will be significant, the change will unfold with wisdom, not magic. God values process. He values growth that lasts. If something changes overnight, it often fades just as fast. This person is not coming to take over your life. They will not dominate your decisions. They will not demand control. God has already taught you independence and spiritual authority. Anyone sent to you will respect that. And finally, do not expect this person to announce themselves. God does not label His messengers loudly. He lets discernment recognize them. If you are waiting for someone to say, "I am sent by God," you are already off track. Divine assignments reveal themselves through fruit, not titles. I am telling you all of this because God does not want you distracted by fantasy. He wants you grounded in truth. What He is sending is real, purposeful, and powerful, but only if you are seeing clearly. Release false expectations now. Let go of assumptions. Let go of impatience. Let go of projections. Because once you clear away what this person is not, you will be able to recognize exactly who they are when God places them in your path. Who this person is, and why they will change everything. Chosen one, now that your expectations are clear and your vision is steady, I can speak plainly about who this person truly is. And I want you to listen with your spirit, not just your ears. Because what God is about to do is not loud, not dramatic, and not chaotic. It is precise, it is intentional, and it is deeply personal. This person is sent with alignment. That is the first thing you will feel. Not excitement that makes your heart race, but peace that makes your soul settle. When they enter your life, something inside you will relax. Not because all your problems disappear instantly, but because your spirit recognizes safety. You will not feel the need to perform, explain, or prove yourself. You will feel understood without over-explaining, seen without being interrogated. That is alignment. This person carries clarity. They may not have all the answers, but they will ask the right questions. Conversations with them will feel grounding, not draining. You will walk away from interactions with more insight than confusion, more direction than doubt. They will help you see things you were too close to recognize, not by control, but by perspective. God is sending someone who speaks truth without fear, not harshly, not arrogantly, but honestly. This person will not dance around what needs to be said. They will not enable what God is trying to remove. They will challenge you in love and love you enough to challenge you. That kind of presence sharpens you. It does not flatter you, but it strengthens you. This person will activate something within you that has been dormant, gifts you stopped trusting, dreams you quietly buried, confidence you once questioned. Their words, their presence, their insight will awaken parts of you that were waiting for confirmation. not because they gave you something new, but because they reminded you of what God already placed inside you. Understand this clearly. This person is not the source of your transformation. God is, but God often uses vessels to deliver what He has already prepared. This person is a catalyst, a key, a divine nudge at the right moment. And once the door opens, the growth that follows will feel natural, not forced. You will also notice that this person respects your journey. They do not rush you. They do not pressure you. They do not try to rewrite your identity. They meet you where you are, but they do not let you stay stuck. They honor your process while encouraging your progress. That balance is rare, and it is intentional. This person may also bring access into your life, access to wisdom, opportunities, understanding, or environments you could not reach alone. Not because you were incapable, but because God designed growth to happen through connection. Even chosen ones are not meant to walk completely alone forever. Isolation was a season. Alignment is the next chapter. Do not be surprised if this person speaks things you have prayed about in private. Do not be surprised if they confirm thoughts you never shared. That is not coincidence. That is resonance. When God aligns paths, spirits recognize familiar truth. This person will also help you let go. Let go of old mindsets, old fears, old attachments, not by force, but by showing you something better. Sometimes the greatest healing comes not from revisiting pain, but from realizing you have outgrown it. This person will mirror your growth back to you. And here is something important. Their impact on your life will not be measured by how long they stay, but by how deeply they shift you. Some people change your life by walking with you for decades. Others change your life with a single season, a single conversation, or a single decision. Both are divine. Chosen one, this person will not compete with your calling. They will support it. They will not envy your light. They will recognize it. They will not feel threatened by your growth. They will encourage it. That is how you know this connection is from God. There is no insecurity in divine alignment. You may notice that after this person enters your life, certain things no longer fit. Old habits feel uncomfortable. Old environments feel draining. Old conversations feel shallow. That is not loss. That is elevation. God is shifting your appetite, and this person is part of that shift. This person will also help restore your trust, not just in people, but in yourself. The disappointment you experienced before made you guarded, understandably so. But God does not want you closed. He wants you discerning. This person will show you that connection can exist without betrayal, that support can exist without control, that honesty can exist without harm. They will also remind you that you are not too much, not too deep, not too intense, not too spiritual. You will not feel the need to shrink around them. You will not feel misunderstood for being who God made you to be. That kind of acceptance is healing. Do not overlook the simplicity of this connection. God does not always announce big change with fireworks. Sometimes He whispers it through consistency, through peace, through steady presence, through someone who shows up, listens, speaks with wisdom, and aligns with truth. Chosen one, when this person enters your life, you will not need to convince yourself it is divine. You will not need to chase signs. You will not need external validation. Your spirit will know, not through emotion, but through calm assurance. This is why God waited. This is why you were prepared, because what He is sending now is not meant to confuse you, break you, or distract you. It is meant to strengthen you, guide you, and help you step fully into the life you were always meant to live. This person will not change your life by taking over. They will change your life by helping you become more of who God already called you to be. And that kind of change lasts. Why God had to prepare you first. Chosen one, this part requires honesty, and I will speak to you with both gentleness and authority. God did not delay this person because He was testing your patience. He delayed them because He was protecting the assignment. What is coming into your life now would not have survived the version of you from your past. and God is far too intentional to waste divine connections on unprepared foundations. There was a time when you desired relief more than growth. You wanted peace, but you were not yet rooted. You wanted connection, but you were still healing from wounds you did not fully understand. If God had sent this person earlier, you might have leaned on them instead of learning to lean on Him, and that would have shifted the balance. God never allows people to replace the role only He should occupy. You needed solitude before alignment, not because isolation is good forever, but because silence reveals what noise hides. In those quiet seasons, you learned how to sit with yourself. You learned what triggers you. You learned where your faith was strong and where it was fragile. You learned to pray without performance, to trust without applause. That kind of inner work cannot be rushed. God also had to heal parts of you that you once minimized. You were strong, yes, but strength without healing creates control, and control suffocates divine flow. God wanted you surrendered, not guarded, disciplined, not defensive, open, but discerning. That balance takes time. There were attachments God had to break before He could build new ones. Some people were in your life because of familiarity, not alignment. Others were there because of history, not destiny. God allowed those connections to fade so you could learn that loss does not always mean failure. Sometimes it means graduation. You were being promoted internally, even when it looked like things were being taken away. You also needed to mature emotionally. Let me say this clearly because many chosen ones overlook it. Spiritual depth without emotional maturity creates instability. God does not join people together emotionally until they can communicate without manipulation, love without possession, and disagree without destruction. You had to learn that. And you did. There was a season when rejection wounded you deeply. You questioned your worth. You questioned your calling. You questioned whether you were too much or not enough. God allowed that pain to surface so it would no longer control you. Because if unresolved rejection remained in you, you might have sought validation from the wrong places. And divine alignment cannot survive insecurity. You also had to learn patience without resentment, waiting while staying faithful, delayed without becoming bitter. That lesson is rare. Many walk away when things take too long. But you stayed. You doubted at times, yes. You questioned, yes. But you did not abandon your faith. That matters more than you realize. God also sharpened your discernment. Early on, you trusted too easily. You gave access too freely. You ignored red flags because you saw potential. God had to correct that, not to make you cynical, but to make you wise. Now, you feel when something is off. You sense when energy is misaligned. You listen before you leap. That will protect the connection God is sending. Another reason God delayed is because this person also needed preparation. Alignment is mutual. God does not send half-ready vessels into full assignments. While you were growing, they were growing too. While you were healing, they were being refined. While you were learning obedience, they were learning humility. God was synchronizing two journeys that needed to meet at the right moment. If you had met too early, timing would have ruined what purpose intended. One of you would have outgrown the other. One of you would have misunderstood the assignment. God waits until both sides can recognize the value of what He is doing. That is wisdom, not neglect. God also needed to remove distractions. There were things you were chasing that were beneath your calling. Not sinful, but misaligned. Not wrong, but distracting. God slowed you down so your appetite could change. Now, you want peace more than excitement, truth more than attention, depth more than surface connection. That shift was necessary. You also learned obedience without reward. You obeyed when no one noticed. You stayed faithful when there was no immediate benefit. That kind of obedience builds authority. God trusts those who do not need constant affirmation, and authority is required for the next season you are entering. Let me tell you something important now. Preparation often feels like punishment when you do not understand it. But once the blessing arrives, clarity follows. You will look back and realize that every delay, every closed door, every lonely night was shaping you into someone who could receive without destroying what was given. You are calmer now, more self-aware, less reactive, more grounded. That is not accidental. That is readiness. God does not rush what he values, and you are valued. If this person had entered your life earlier, you might have misread their intentions. You might have idolized them. You might have depended on them emotionally. But now you can walk beside them, not behind them. You can receive without losing yourself. You can connect without attachment becoming bondage. Chosen one, preparation is not glamorous. It is quiet. It is uncomfortable. It often feels thankless. But it is what separates divine alignment from emotional chaos. God was not withholding from you. He was building you. And now, because you are prepared, what he is sending will not overwhelm you. It will not confuse you. It will not destabilize you. It will enhance what he has already established within you. That is why the waiting had to happen first. How to recognize them and not miss the moment. Chosen one, this is where discernment becomes everything. Not excitement, not emotion, not imagination. Discernment. God did not prepare you all this time just for you to misread what he sends, and he does not want you anxious about missing it either. So let me guide you calmly, clearly, and without confusion. The first sign you will notice is peace. Not excitement that makes you restless, but peace that makes you steady. When this person enters your life, your nervous system will settle. You will not feel the need to rush, impress, chase, or secure anything. There will be no inner panic telling you, do not mess this up. God does not speak through anxiety. When alignment is real, peace becomes the loudest confirmation. You will also notice clarity instead of confusion. This connection will not leave you questioning where you stand or what is expected. You will not be guessing intentions or decoding mixed signals. Even if everything is not revealed at once, what is revealed will feel clean and honest. God does not blur vision when he aligns paths. He sharpens it. Another important sign is that this person does not pull you away from God. Pay attention to this. If someone enters your life and your prayer life weakens, your discernment dulls, or your values soften, pause. That is not alignment. Divine connections strengthen your walk with God, not replace it. This person will encourage your faith, not compete with it. You will also recognize them by how natural the connection feels. Not forced, not dramatic, not intense in a way that overwhelms you. There will be a sense of familiarity without history, comfort without compromise. You will feel free to be yourself, not the version of you that performs to be accepted. Listen carefully now. This person will not rush intimacy, emotional or otherwise. God values order. Anything that tries to accelerate connection without foundation is operating in flesh, not spirit. What is sent by God unfolds with wisdom, not urgency. Slow does not mean stagnant. It means intentional. Pay attention to how this person handles your boundaries. Someone sent by God will respect them, not test them. They will not push past your convictions. They will not guilt you for protecting your peace. They will honor your no as much as your yes. That is alignment. You will also notice how your discernment responds. Your intuition will feel calm, not alert. You will not feel the need to seek constant confirmation from others. You will not feel uneasy in quiet moments. When something is from God, your spirit rests. When something is not, your spirit reacts. This person will also recognize you without needing explanation. You will not have to convince them of your depth, your calling, or your journey. They may not understand everything immediately, but they will respect what they do not yet understand. That respect is important. Another sign many chosen ones overlook is timing. This connection will not interrupt what God is already doing in your life. It will complement it. It will align with your responsibilities, your growth, and your direction. God does not send people to distract you from your purpose. He sends them to support it. You will also notice that this person does not trigger your old wounds. They may reveal areas still healing, but they will not reopen scars in a way that destabilizes you. There is a difference between healing exposure and emotional chaos. God heals with gentleness, not shock. Pay attention to how you feel after interactions, not during, after. Do you feel grounded or drained, clear or confused, strengthened or unsettled? Your body often recognizes alignment before your mind does. Do not ignore that. Let me also say this. Do not over-spiritualize the moment. God does not require you to analyze every word, every sign, every interaction. If you are constantly questioning, forcing meaning, or trying to label something too quickly, slow down. Discernment does not rush conclusions. It observes fruit over time. This person will also not demand immediate trust. Trust will build naturally through consistency. God values process. Anyone who pressures you to trust them quickly does not understand divine order. Consistency reveals character. Time reveals alignment. You may also notice that this person brings confirmation without knowing it. They may speak words that echo prayers you prayed in private. They may offer insight that answers questions you never voiced. That is not coincidence. That is resonance. But even then, remain grounded. God confirms through peace, not pressure. Chosen one, here is something important. Do not fear missing what God sends. That fear itself creates anxiety that clouds discernment. God is not trying to trick you. He is not hiding blessings to see if you fail. He is a good father. What he intends for you will find you when you remain aligned. Your responsibility is not to search desperately. It is to stay obedient, stay prayerful, stay aware, stay grounded, stay humble. When you do that, recognition becomes natural. And finally, understand this. You do not need to announce the moment. You do not need to label it publicly. Some divine moments are meant to be protected in silence. God does not reveal everything to everyone at once. When this person appears, you will not need external validation. You will not need signs stacked on signs. You will not need emotional intensity to convince you. Your spirit will simply know. And when that knowing arrives, remain calm, remain wise, remain obedient. Because recognition is not about excitement, it is about alignment. And you are ready for that now. Conclusion. Stay ready. Stay obedient. Chosen one, take a deep breath and let this settle in your spirit. God has not forgotten you. He has not overlooked your faithfulness. He has not ignored your prayers or dismissed your tears. Everything you have walked through had meaning, even the parts that hurt, even the parts that confused you. This message reaching you now is not random. It is confirmation that you are still seen, still guided, and still deeply valued by God. What God is preparing to do next in your life does not require fear, rushing, or striving. It requires readiness, quiet readiness, obedient readiness. Stay where God placed you. Do not chase. Do not force. Do not compare your journey to anyone else's. What is aligned for you will arrive in peace, not pressure. Remain prayerful, but not anxious. Remain hopeful, but grounded. Continue walking with integrity, humility, and discernment. You do not need to announce your season. You do not need to explain what God is doing. Some blessings grow best in silence before they are revealed. Trust this. When God sends what He promised, it will not confuse you. It will not destabilize you. It will strengthen what He has already built inside you. And when it arrives, you will recognize it not by emotion, but by peace. Before you go, chosen ones, give a like to this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, tap the bell icon, and share this message with other chosen ones who need reassurance right now, and comment 777 in the comments as a declaration that you are aligned, attentive, and ready for God's next move in your life. Stay steady, stay obedient, and trust that what God is sending is already on its way.